Choose the wrong carrier and your pet could easily overheat, escape through a weak zipper, or get rejected right at the airline gate. If you're trying to figure out the best travel carrier for your small pet, this explainer gives you the complete answer. We're looking at the 5 options actually worth your time, and we'll be totally honest about the ones with serious limitations.
The thing is, the most expensive carrier doesn't automatically win. One premium model might charge heavily for style, while a much less flashy option actually delivers better ventilation, stronger materials, and more usable interior space. We've objectively counted down these 5 options to solve your specific pet travel problems, leading right up to a #1 carrier that has a safety advantage most competitors literally cannot match.
To do this right, we're using a rigorous methodology. Every carrier we look at is scored out of 10 across 5 specific categories: fit and comfort, durability, safety, ease of use, and value for money. The final grade also considers exactly where each model works best, whether you're traveling by car or plane, and whether you're carrying a small dog, a cat, a rabbit, or a guinea pig.
But before you buy any carrier, there's a vital mistake you have to avoid. You must measure your pet from the chest to the rear and from the floor to the top of the shoulders. Please, do not choose by weight alone. A long, lightweight cat can easily outgrow a carrier that supposedly supports 20 pounds, while a compact dog of the exact same weight might fit perfectly. Dimensions dictate safety, not the scale.
Starting our countdown at number 5, we have the Petmate 2-door top-load kennel. This is the only hard-sided option in our ranking, which makes it the absolute ideal restraint for vet visits, short road trips, and small pets that actively scratch or chew soft fabric. Its plastic shell holds its shape perfectly, and that steel front door provides significantly more bite resistance than any mesh window ever could. The real standout feature of the Petmate is its top-loading door. Honestly, it's the main reason to choose this model. Think about it, safely lowering a nervous cat or rabbit inside is usually so much easier than trying to push them through a narrow front entrance. Plus, you gain much better access during an emergency without having to dismantle the entire kennel. Looking at its scorecard, that rigid structure earns it an 8.5 out of 10 for durability. Fit and comfort dips to a 7.5, mainly because the hard plastic floor requires a separate non-slip pad. Safety sits at a 7. It definitely prevents escapes, but it lacks verified crash protection. Factoring in an 8 for ease of use and an 8.5 for value for money, it earns a final letter grade of B. It's highly dependable, but its bulky shape definitely limits its overall travel versatility. Now that brings us to a common problem. A hard carrier that works perfectly in your car might be way too rigid for an airline's under-seat space. If flying is your priority, we need a more flexible option. So, coming in at number 4 is the Petsfit 2-side expandable pet carrier. This fabric model is built around one highly practical solution: expandable side compartments. When you're waiting at a terminal, staying in a hotel, or parked safely during a break, opening up these expansion panels gives a restless pet substantially more room to stretch out. This is a game changer for a cat that gets anxious during a long delay or for helping a small dog settle down. Just remember, the panels absolutely must remain closed when you're actively carrying the bag or stowing it under a seat.
On the scorecard, that generous resting room boosts fit and comfort to an 8.5. However, durability takes a hit, scoring a 7.5, simply because those extra zippers and mesh panels can be exploited by a persistent chore. Safety scores a 7, as it requires you to meticulously check all the closures before moving. With solid 8s in both ease of use and value for money, it earns a final letter grade of B. It's a fantastic concept for sure, but it does introduce more escape risks than our top contenders.
Moving on to number 3, we have the widely popular Sherpa Original Deluxe. This carrier has remained a staple because it solves everyday travel problems incredibly reliably, without relying on gimmicky features. It uses a spring wire frame that can compress just enough to fit perfectly under an airline seat. The Sherpa really delivers on practical features for everyday flying. The medium model is around 17 inches long, while the large pushes to 19 inches. But more importantly, it features top and side entry, a removable faux lambskin washable liner, and, this is crucial, locking safety zippers to prevent accidental openings. The mesh panels provide excellent ventilation, making everyday travel simple and, above all, comfortable for your pet. The Sherpa delivers strong, consistent marks across the board. It pulls an 8.5 for fit and comfort and an 8 for both durability and safety, thanks largely to those locking zippers and the built-in seatbelt strap.
But where it truly shines is everyday operation, scoring 9s in both ease of use and value for money. It easily earns a final letter grade of A for perfectly balancing affordable pricing with airline-friendly flexibility.
Let's move to our next option and see how it builds on that whole cabin travel concept. Look, for many trips, the Sherpa is absolutely all you need. But if you travel frequently or your taller dog simply needs more headroom, you're going to need a tougher structure. Coming in at number 2 is the SturdiBag Pro 3.0.
Comparing the two directly, the Sherpa relies on simple compression, while the SturdiBag utilizes a flexible height arch design. Its internal support structure creates superior shoulder and head clearance, making it feel way less like a sagging fabric box. Yet, it can still dynamically compress when it needs to slide beneath a seat, which perfectly preserves the flexibility you need for in-cabin travel. The SturdiBag is truly built for the road. It uses heavy-duty fabric, reinforced construction, and much stronger mesh. This makes it a significantly better option for frequent use. However, I need to give a critical warning here. It is still not chew-proof. For a rabbit or rodent that actively bites fabric, a hard carrier is really your only safe choice.
That ruggedness is definitely reflected in the scores, pulling impressive 9s for both fit and comfort and durability. Safety sits at an 8. While the materials are incredibly strong, that just isn't the same thing as independent crash certification. It rounds out with 8s in ease of use and value for money, earning a very solid final letter grade of A. Honestly, the only things keeping it out of first place are its premium price tag and that lack of verified crash credentials.
Before we reveal our number 1 pick, we need to pause for a vital myth-busting moment. You know that phrase, airline approved? It's a marketing trap. Airlines approve your complete setup at check-in based on the carrier, your pet's exact fit, the specific aircraft you're flying on, and their current policy. An airline-approved logo on a website literally cannot override a gate agent or the actual physical dimensions under your assigned seat.
Our number 1 carrier doesn't magically eliminate that airline requirement, but it wins because its adjustable length performs more travel jobs safely than any other option in this explainer. Taking the top spot is the Sleepypod Air. It brilliantly combines an underseat carrier, a mobile bed, and a vehicle restraint system all into one. When it's fully extended, it's 22 inches long, but the folding sections allow the length to compress safely down to about 16 inches so it can fit into tighter locations.
And this perfectly illustrates why it takes the number 1 spot. The Sleepypod Air has been independently tested and certified by the Center for Pet Safety for automotive crashes for pets up to 18 pounds. This is a vital credential that completely separates it from competitors who simply sew on a seatbelt loop without actually proving how the complete system behaves under crash forces. Now, keep in mind, no carrier makes your pet invulnerable, but verified testing is much stronger evidence than clever marketing language.
The final scorecard here is exceptional. It secures a 9 for fit and comfort and a massive 9.5 for durability thanks to its luggage-grade nylon. That verified crash testing earns it another 9.5 for safety. While its premium cost does pull its value for money score down to a 7.5, it still secures our winning final letter grade of A+. For regular travelers, that verified safety makes the higher cost completely defensible.
Let's do a quick recap so you know exactly which carrier solves your specific problem. Go with the Petmate if your pet chews fabric and you mostly take short car trips. Choose the Petsfit if having extra resting room during long terminal delays is your main priority. Grab the Sherpa if you just need an affordable, highly reliable carrier for everyday flying. And choose the SturdiBag if you fly frequently and your pet really needs that superior headroom.
But the absolute best travel carrier for a small pet is the Sleepypod Air. It is our decisive final verdict because no other carrier matches its combination of comfortable, compressible sizing, premium material quality, and independently verified car safety performance. If you regularly combine flights, airport transfers, and car travel, this is absolutely the one to get.
So ask yourself, is your pet's current carrier actually keeping them safe, or is it time to upgrade before your next trip? Remember to always accurately measure your pet, confirm your airline's current dimensional limits, and choose the option that fits both. Subscribe to Pet Scorecard to score the gear before you